Gentlemen, my name is Justin Marc, international dating coach and relationship expert, VIP lifestyle development coach. And in this video, I want to talk to you about why you will never have a threesome. So if you're watching this video, you probably want to experience a threesome at some point in your life. You probably want to experience you with two beautiful women after a fun night out, right? Maybe you have a girlfriend and she wants you to pull girls with her. Maybe you just want to fulfill that sexual fantasy of two beautiful women at once. Well, I'm going to explain to you in this video why you're never going to be able to achieve that unless you follow the advice in this video. So make sure to follow till the end. Make sure to watch this video till the end. And let's just jump straight in. So you might be wondering, why is a 5'4", 110-pound Indian guy talking to me about having threesomes? Well, I spent the last 10 years traveling all over the world, 50 plus countries, 6 continents, and dating beautiful women all over the planet. And I've had girlfriends from all over the world, Europe, from Latin America, or from Canada, America, right? And, you know, I've had a lot of crazy dating experiences. And in that time, what I had was not just one girlfriend who's bisexual, but a plethora of different women I dated who are bisexual and wanting to experiment. And I'm gonna explain to you how I was able to facilitate environments where these women felt comfortable enough to experiment sexually with me and with other women. So the first thing I make sure when I'm dating a girl is I will use selective judgment, okay? This is kind of fucked up. This is arguably, from a certain perspective, manipulative, but I do this for the girl's benefit, because what I'm essentially doing is I'm letting her know I'm not judging her for any of her sexual fantasies, okay? And essentially what happens is most of the time when I'm feeling very fun and experimental, I want to go out and have a fun night out, I want to go meet a cute girl. Well, I will meet cute girls. I'll go to the club, I'll go to the bar, and I'll meet these beautiful women, make them comfortable with me, bring them in my, social experience, and I will let them know how open-minded I am when it comes to sexuality. And because of this, I dated a lot of women who were also open and experimental. And I would let these women know that I'm not judging them for any of their past sexual experiences. I'm not judging them for their lack of sexual experiences. And I'm creating a safe social and sexual environment for them to be experimental in. And so what would happen is I'm constantly finding myself in these situations where I'm dating women who are at a transition point in their life. Maybe they're going through a breakup. Maybe they're, a young 21-year-old female in college. Maybe she's just feeling like she's an experimental place in her life. And what would happen is I would meet a lot of these women who do want to experience other women, right? I would meet a lot of these women who want to experience dating other women. And it's funny because there's this interesting joke, this interesting meme that women are always bi. They're either bisexual or bipolar. You just got to figure out which one, right? And so what I would do is I would just find the girls, the women who are most experimental and most bisexual, and I would selectively date these women. And so it all started many, many years ago when I was coming back from the club with two beautiful, beautiful girls, beautiful ladies I was seeing. Well, one of them I was seeing, and one of them was the friend of that girl. And, we're having a little after party, we're having drinks, one thing leads to another, and I end up having a threesome with these two beautiful women. And it was really funny because one of the girls had a boyfriend, right? But the way she categorized her boyfriend was she would never have a threesome with her boyfriend. She doesn't want to see her boyfriend fuck another girl because she loves him too much. And she would never give her boyfriend that experience because he's just not that kind of guy, right? And so when, your girl wants to actually experiment and have a threesome, chances are she's already categorized you as not that kind of guy who would do such a thing. Well, when I date most of the girls I date. I usually let them know from the get-go, I am that kind of guy. And I have that kind of frame. And I do have a ton of beautiful women around me. And so I find that a lot of my girlfriends, my women in my life who I'm actually dating, tend to always bring it forward to me that their little secret, their heartfelt dream was to experience another girl and have their first threesome experience. And so what happened was I actually ended up in a relationship, and me and my ex-girlfriend, she was a beautiful Latina woman. We would travel city to city around the world, meeting women together, coaching my clients together, and meeting beautiful women together. And we were having threesomes every single weekend with her pick of beautiful women from the club. And because she was such a high caliber woman, she would pick the hottest girls at the club. And I was just forced to bang the hottest girls with my beautiful girlfriend. And I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was a really interesting thing. And then earlier in COVID lockdowns, I started dating tons and tons and tons of women. And I found that a lot of women kind of come from the frame of they rather share the alpha or a man they perceive to be high value than be stuck with a low quality beta man. And so I found that because there was COVID lockdown, stay home orders, I was just hanging out with a lot of girls. I wasn't just hanging out with one girl at a time. I usually hang out with 2, 3, 4 girls at a time. And I found that a lot of times 2 or more of these women were down to just have kind of group sexual dynamics. And it was a really interesting thing. And so what I did towards the end of COVID lockdowns and toward the end of the stay-home orders is I started going to clubs every single weekend, and I built a really eccentric nightlife business where I was bringing out, first 100 girls a night to the club. Then I was bringing out 200 girls a weekend to the clubs as a club promoter. Then it got to the point where I was bringing out, 300, 400, even up to 500 girls each weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to different parties, different events, different nightclubs, and getting paid for it by the nightclubs. And so what I found is I had kind of this ecosystem built of my regular girls that I would see, different women I'm sleeping with, dating, and seeing. So some of these girls would perceive me to be their boyfriend, even though they knew I had lots of girlfriends. A lot of these women understood that I was dating other women, but they would just accept the fact that I would date other women, stop fighting against it, and date me exclusively. And most of these women were bisexual, if not all of them were bisexual. And even if they weren't, most of them were down to experiment. And so what would happen is, on a Friday night, a Saturday night, or even a Monday night, I would go out with these beautiful women I'm dating and seeing, I'm friends with, and we would go to the clubs, pop some bottles at the club, and then just take our picks of which girls we want to bring back for an after party, for a fun night back at my penthouse. And more often than not, one thing would lead to another. I've already got, one of the girls I'm already seeing and dating. She'd end up hooking up with one of the girls we met at the club, or one of the girls that came out on my guest list, and was having lots of threesomes, sometimes foursomes. I had a night where I had a foursome with 3 different women. So it was me and 3 different women. And one of the girls was a virgin. So how that actually started out was me and one of my girls were having a threesome. Another girl asked if she could join. And this third girl who asked if she can join was a virgin. And I ended up taking her virginity in a foursome, right? And so what happened was I was in an experimental phase because I was coming out of a breakup. And so for about 3 to 4 months straight, literally every single weekend, I ended up having threesomes or foursomes with beautiful women. And let me explain why I was able to do this and why you won't be able to unless you follow all the advice in this video. Well, again, you got to be non-judgmental. That's number 1. You got to make sure you're coming from a frame of open-mindedness, judgment-free zone. You're not judging them at all. The only time I ever judge a girl or use selective judgment on a girl is if the girl is one of my girls who's like my girlfriend, a girl who's agreed to exclusively see me. And I will let her know, hey, I will be judging you for doing things I don't like. Like I will judge you for hanging out with other guys, or I will judge you for going to the club with your girls without me tagging along. I will judge you for these things, and it'll make me lose interest in you. So I use selective judgment as a tool to make sure that the girls I am seeing and am into aren't acting in ways that wouldn't make me want to continue seeing them, essentially. And so for the most part, I let them know it's a judgment-free zone, and you're free to experiment with whoever you want, wherever you want, however you want. And what I found was I was having threesomes in club bathrooms. I was having threesomes in public areas. I was having threesomes in my penthouse. I was having threesomes on my balcony, having orgies on my couch, and just having crazy, crazy experiences really often without really even thinking about it, to the point where you just become that guy. And the reason most guys will never be able to have a threesome is because they're saying things subconsciously without realizing it that make the women feel judged, that make women feel like you are judging them. And that's a huge problem. Because if a woman feels like you're judging her, she can't relax in your masculine presence, and she can't be in her divine femininity. She can't just be herself. Most women tend to be bisexual, or at the very least, want to experiment with women at some point in their life. I would say probably like 70% of women will want to experiment with women in their life, but a smaller percentage of women will actually have the ability to do that. And I think it's only like 3% of men in their whole lifetime will ever have a threesome, right? Now, I've probably had over 100 threesomes with women, right? Me and two girls, probably over 100. And so when I think about it, it's actually insane, because by being the guy who's non-judgmental, being the guy who's high status, offering a ton of value, letting her know you're not judging her, and facilitating an environment where she's free to come and go as she pleases, but you're also not trying to put a frame on her like she's your girlfriend. You're not trying to put any attachment onto her. You're just making it a kind of anonymous sexual experience. She can now feel completely at ease, because the other factor is, think about how most women, they're scared of having a threesome because they don't want anyone to judge her. Like, she doesn't want her friends, her family, the people she knows to judge her. Another really interesting factor is I found when women want to have threesomes, they never want to have a threesome with a girl they know. Most women do not want to have a threesome with a woman they are friends with. They want to have a threesome with a woman who is a stranger to them, okay? Most women do not want to have a threesome with someone they know, okay? And so by being a guy who's really good with picking up new women or meeting new people, you can now facilitate an environment where you meet girl number one, you meet girl number two, they're both bisexual, they're both experimental, and you bring them together. That's by far the easiest way to have a threesome. So in this video, I'll pretty much break down the 3 easiest ways to have threesomes. Step number 1 is have a girl you're seeing, whether it's a friends with benefits, a girlfriend, just a girl you're casually seeing who's bisexual and experimental, and go to the bar, go to the club with her, and go pick up a new girl with her, okay? The second easiest way is to have 2 different women you're seeing who are both bisexual, both experimental, both attractive, and then bring them together, okay? That's actually a very, very good way to have a threesome. Now, the only issue I don't like about that is if you do bring these 2 women together, sometimes they'll become friends, and if you have a fault with one of the girls, you end up having a fault with both of the girls. So that's the only problem. And the third easiest way to have a threesome is use online dating apps to find a third person for your threesome experience. Gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. My name is Justin Marc, international dating coach, relationship expert, and VIP lifestyle development coach. I've been teaching dating, social skills, and Daygame for 10 years in 50 plus countries, 6 continents, to thousands of guys in person just like you. And I love teaching guys this stuff. So if you like this video, please make sure to do me a favor and leave a thumbs up on this video. I really do appreciate that. Now, if you want to follow me more closely, you can go ahead and follow me on my new Instagram, DrunkJustin2, and watch my daily Instagram stories where I'm always partying with hot girls, doing exclusive events, crazy shit on my daily Instagram stories. Make sure to follow me there. You can see me traveling around the world in real time, doing amazing things, and teaching guys like you in person every day on my Instagram. And you can message me on my Instagram as well. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram and message me there. And if you want to actually call me, you can call me at justinmarc.com. We'll do free consultation calls. You can actually call me and we'll do a free discovery call where we can get you on the right action plan to change your dating life and your social life at justinmarc.com. And if you guys want to dig deeper and watch more of our more exclusive content, go to wingmanpodcast.com and watch our Wingman Podcast on Spotify, Apple, and all platforms. And we'll see you guys very soon in a new video. My name is Justin Marc, and I'll talk to you very soon. Peace out.